Hello everybody, hope you're doing really well. So today, isn't this such a special treat for all of us? We're at Gads Hill Place today, the home or the former home of Charles Dickens, and that's where I'm standing in front of his infamous hidden / secret tunnel that's got more secrets than you would expect. So the question that I'm going to pose to all of you is, what is the connection between Charles Dickens and World War II? Think about that thought, enjoy your history lesson, and I'll see you when we get down there. Come on, let's go. There are times on this channel I can safely say that what I've seen and experienced may only come about once in a lifetime. And it's in this video that I've been given the chance to document a piece of history that few have ever had the chance to see, let alone visit. That of Gads Hill Place Tunnel. Gads Hill Place was built in 1779 by Thomas Stevens, former Mayor of Rochester. But what makes this one of Kent's most historic buildings, as well as being world famous, is that it then became owned by Charles Dickens from 1857 until his death in 1870, and would be the place where he wrote a number of his novels, such as Great Expectations and A Tale of Two Cities. But it's in today's video we explore the tunnel in which Dickens had made beneath the main road to give access to an extra garden known as the Wilderness, where he erected a Swiss chalet now to be seen in Rochester Museum. In the 1920s, Gads Hill Place was converted into a school for girls and opened its doors to its first pupils in 1924. But it was, however, in World War II when this tunnel took on a completely different role. Knowing the Rochester area would be vulnerable to bombing, the pupils of the school were evacuated to the Lake District, and Gads Hill became used by the Women's Royal Naval Service, with the tunnel becoming used as an air raid warden's post, having been adapted and given a telephone and furniture. As one of a network of such posts, it was a local focus in the incident reporting chain for coordinating the emergency services in the event of injury or damage resulting from an air raid. It also had a secondary use as being a general air raid shelter for the staff and the school itself. After the war ended, the tunnel was stripped of all its furnishings and now is left as part of this school's amazing history. And hopefully with a video like this, it will never be forgotten. Okay, so we've made it down into the tunnel itself. Hopefully you really enjoyed that amazing history lesson. So obviously it talks about the fact that really, obviously this was originally Charles Dickens. The other purpose that he used or designed this tunnel for was actually to escape the press. So come down there, and then on the opposite side, which is now houses as we know, the Swiss chalet would have been located on the opposite side. And actually what we're going to do is I'm going to show you it briefly, but both sides are almost identical. We've just had a quick look, and what you can also tell is that there are some hooks which probably would have been for some cabling. Obviously you've seen that original photo. As we walk through, I'm going to repost that photo as we walk through, just so you get a dimension of what you're sort of looking at. But it's actually quite a substantial tunnel when we're down here. Actually, it feels a lot shorter when you're from the top, but when you actually come down, it's actually quite substantial. So do you know what? Let's just take a look. Yeah, come on. Okay, so I've eliminated the tunnel as best as possible so that it saves us having to sort of pick out any individual sections. We can see is that you've got a clear two-purpose section there. So you've got what we call like pretty much the ground level, and then you've got this oval arch that goes over the top. Almost looks like a tram tunnel, but you can imagine it's perfectly designed for Charles Dickens. I mean, imagine I'm walking in the footsteps right now of Charles Dickens, who used to go to the Swiss chalet. And as you can see, if we take a look, there is another one there, which is these beautiful sort of look like, I don't know what they are, they're stone, aren't they? You can see looks like a telephone cable there as well, because obviously we know that there's telephone cables that would have been here. So the other thing is, you can see that it looks like there's some sort of latch or something that was here. Some sort of like door. On this side. So, like I said, this is the Swiss chalet side that's over here. You've got like a gate almost. You see that bolt there? A gate there as well. Amazing. So obviously that is somebody's house now, and obviously what we can see is obviously as we're going back towards the school, back towards Charles Dickens, Gads Hill Place. Absolutely fascinating to sort of see this tunnel. The other thing that I want to point out is you've got these, which I sort of mentioned already. There looks like these little hooks, these little loops that are here, probably for, I don't really know what they could have been for, to be fair. But you can imagine either for cabling or something. And there's a little, like wooden little, like, that's interesting as well. I wonder what that could have been used for. Like a little sort of shelf or terrace. And that's really all that's in here. Probably on a dark night it would have been candle lit, for example. So fascinating to see. And obviously this is all being painted white. So you can see the paint sort of slowly peeling off. What a fascinating piece of history. Yeah, there's some little nails in there as well. So there would have been some lighting in here. How fascinating. Let's take a look, and then look on these little bricked up little parts here, look, little amazing pieces of history. You can see a lot of this that's sort of relatively similar in Rochester High Street. The noise that it makes as well, the bricks as your feet come through, and obviously the noise of the main road above us. Absolutely fascinating. Look at that. Nice bit of wood there again. It's hard to tell what these would have been used for, but yeah. So interesting. So let me just do you something. I'm going to give you a thing. So we're going to repost up this photo that we'd found of it actually in original World War II use. So just picture that for a second. Hopefully that puts some context into it. Obviously when it was used as an air raid warden's precautions. Fascinating. Well, what a piece of incredible history. I think the best thing we need to do now is head back up and end our wonderful video there. Let's go. Okay, so as I stand behind Charles Dickens' house, Gads Hill Place, what a truly amazing experience that was, just to see that tunnel, just to see what was down there. So what I've been told is that obviously the kids don't visit it, so actually for me to actually go down there and visit it really was a true experience, to truly document it, and I really hope that it'll help towards the history of the school as well. But I've taken a look in there as well in Gads Hill Place, and I've seen Charles Dickens' study and everything. It's mind-blowing, really. Really just mind-blowing. It's going to take a long time for me to sort of really digest everything that I've had the fortune of coming down to see. So I just want to say a huge thank you to the staff at Gads Hill Place, and yeah, wow. It's like Christmas come early for me. So I really hope you enjoy the video. Like I said, for its brief connotation, just this tunnel that had like just these two different uses. Obviously we can't help the main road, but that was really the main purpose of this as well. So actually the sound of the traffic in the background just adds to this sort of like really what this purpose would have formerly been. So any more words of Phoenix history, thank you so much for coming along with me. Feel free to spread the word of the channel. Love to all of you out there, and I will see you all very soon. Take care everybody. Ready? Come on in. Kapow!